What's going on YouTube? Byrdman here with another Destiny 2 build. Today I'm showing off a super awesome Thundercrash Titan build that essentially gets you your Thundercrash every couple minute or so by just using a couple different Charge of Light and well mods. Now before we get into the video, know that you can use my code BYRD at G Field checkout and catch me over on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at Byrdman778. Especially over here on YouTube, giving a thumbs up on this video would really help out. You guys don't even realize how much it helps out. And also becoming a subscriber and a member. Now, let's hop right on into it. Now, I mentioned this is a Thundercrash build, so obviously we have to go into the Arc Striker subclass and pick this middle tree. You will get the Thundercrash from that, the Ballistic Slam melee, which this is actually something you really need to lean into with this build because it's going to help build up a lot of that super energy because of some mods that we have on our armor. You also have picking up ammo during a slide reloads your equipped weapon, grants melee energy, and increases weapon damage for a short time. Definitely make sure you're constantly sliding around. That extra melee energy is really nice just because it's going to help keep up the flow and the synergy of this build. And then finally, impact conversion, hitting targets with Ballistic Slam grants super energy and grants inertia override. Now, again, you just want to make sure you hit as many targets as humanly possible for this. This is an awesome build because it can be a bossing build where you're just going to hit the main boss and you're going to do a lot of damage, but also big crowds are going to help you out a lot because it's just going to rebuild a lot of that super energy. When it comes to weapons, essentially pick whatever you want. The setup I have is running a one small step. Mine has auto loading and 1-2 punch. Now that 1-2 punch is super nice because again, this is kind of a meleeing style build. So being able to run up to an enemy, shoot them with a shotgun, make sure all the pellets hit them, you're going to get a big boost to your melee damage to them. So this is really nice all around. I'm also running an annual skate with Outlaw and Wellspring. That Wellspring is something that I definitely recommend that you try to grab for this build because again, it's just going to help out the synergy of this build, giving you your grenade, your melee, and your ability energy back faster. All those different things are going to feed into one another, kind of building them up so that you're getting more Charged with Light, getting more well mods, and getting more super energy for you to constantly use that Thundercrash. And then finally, I use a half truce just because Eager Edge is really cool and being able just to skate across the map is really fun. And also just having a sword that literally looks like it's meant for a Striker Titan, I thought was something super interesting. When it comes to our armor, I decided to go with a double hands-on stack right here. Gain bonus super energy on melee kills. So again, definitely telling you to lean into your melee as much as humanly possible. Constantly hitting people is going to build you up a lot of super energy. So again, run around using that one small step or just whatever shotgun might have a 1-2 punch on it. Constantly use that. It's really fun. I decided to put some discipline mods on this just to make sure we're racking up as much grenade energy as possible so we can use that. And then finally, melee well makers so that whenever we use our powered melee on combatants, we have a chance of getting a well from that which will feed into our grenade and our other abilities. Now, this is super nice because using our charged melee is going to affect this hands-on as well. So constantly use that again. Make sure you're using that sliding so they're able to get that extra melee energy. Constantly slamming enemies is going to be so beneficial to you. Next up, we have our arms, and on these, again, I would decide to go into a discipline slot here. Middle here is kind of up to you, essentially what you want to do. There's a couple different things you can do here with these extra armor mods here, but I decided just to go with just a reloader because sometimes in this build I would swap out a Cartesian or something if I'm doing bossing. But energy converter is kind of the biggest thing you need to snag for this build. While Charged with Light, using your grenade grants you super energy, consuming all stacks of Charged with Light. The more stacks you have, the more energy you gain, up to a maximum 50% of your super energy. Now, this does lower discipline, so that's why throughout the build you want to make sure you're upping it with this first slot right here, the discipline mod. But yeah, again, constantly using your grenade as much as possible while you're Charged with Light is really nice. So that's why constantly using your melee well maker is going to be really nice just because it's going to be charging up that Charged with Light because of other mods that we have right now. And then once we use our grenade, we're going to get that big chunky super energy. For the coup de grace exotic of this build, we're obviously going to the Cuirass of the Falling Star. This is an amazing exotic just because greatly increases your Thundercrash impact damage, gain an overshield that lasts longer the farther you travel before striking a target. So again, if you see a boss across the map and you're on the other side, shoot across. You're going to Superman fly your way over there. You're going to get a nice overshield there. But for the mods that we decided to go, again, another discipline mod, I usually go with like a sniper concussive dampener for it there. And then elemental charge. Now, this is what's going to make you charge with light whenever you pick up those well mods. It's going to gain you at least 2 charge with lights. So essentially just doing like 1 ballistic slam will get you your 2. And then maybe using your grenade real quick will give you those extra 4. But again, constantly using that as much as possible is going to be beneficial to you. On our boots, again, obviously discipline. I went with a double innervation here. Reduces grenade cooldown each time you pick up an orb of power. So especially this is going to be great for those times where you're playing with friends or just doing like maybe like a dares match or something like that. If you're constantly picking up those different orbs that your teammates are going to be using, you're going to be getting more grenade energy, which is just going to constantly feed into that synergy. And then finally, we have supercharge, gain 2 additional stacks charge with light up to maximum of 5. So essentially just making sure that we're getting as many stacks of charge with light as we can to constantly feed into it. Now, this is something where I'm going to say you possibly could take it out for a different mod, and that mod is going to be firepower. While charged with light, regain a portion of grenade energy when you use your grenade, consuming 1 stack of charge for light. Since this only takes 1 charge with light, this could be really good for just like constant grenade synergy. Feel like that's better. I think I have a really good flow right now with using my grenade, my melee, and also my ability. So I decided to go with the supercharge instead, just to get those bigger stacks. But even when I was using firepower, I was still able to get about like 4 Thunder Crashes per loss sector that I was doing. So definitely you can swap either of those out. It just essentially comes down to your preference. And then finally on our Titan mark, I decided to go, obviously discipline, but I went double bomber. Reduce a grenade cooldown when using your class ability. So this is essentially going to incentivize you to constantly chuck up that rally or that towering barricade that you have, because it's going to give you some grenade energy back. And you always tend to get your ability back fast enough already if you have good enough resilience and stuff like that. So definitely do that. And then finally, elemental ordnance, so that whenever we use our grenade and to kill somebody, we're getting those wells for the synergy. Now, whenever I do these builds, I always try to recommend a different exotic in case you might not have the one that I have currently equipped. Another great option would be the insurmountable skull front. The fact that arc melee kills grant you health and melee energy, really nice just for the overall flow of the build. Or even using something like a Heart of Inmost Light, where using one ability improves your other ones that you're using. So again, this could be one that'd be even better just for the overall flow. But again, I definitely think the Cuirass is going to be your best bet just because of the crazy damage it adds to your Thunder Smash. Thank you so much for stopping by this video. Hope you guys really enjoy it. I've been absolutely loving kind of trying all these new Titan builds again. We kind of took a little break there. We're trying to like do some like top 10 stuff like that. But actually a friend of mine, Chadley99, definitely go check out his channel. He's been doing a lot of cool hunter math and all that stuff with like pistols and all that fun stuff. And my friend Abby Hour as well. Then again, check out her channel. They kind of gave me some inspiration for this one, kind of pushing me to try out some new builds and stuff like that, get into the Destiny verse. Guys, be on the lookout for us with Witch Queen coming out soon, as well as Wonderlands and the World Slayer event for Outriders. Guys, it's going to be an awesome couple months coming up here. Thank you so much for stopping by this video. Make sure you're following me on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch at Byrdman778, giving a thumbs up on this video, subscribing, and becoming a member, and also using my code BYRD at GFIL checkout. Thank you so much. Have a great night, day, whatever it may be.